Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract exactly what they want, while others struggle in vain? Perhaps you've heard the saying, the universe responds to our requests. But deep down, it might feel too mystical to be true. What if I told you it's not magic, but a skill that anyone can master? Most people are communicating with the universe the wrong way, which is why they end up receiving what they don't want. But here's the good news. There's a simple, powerful, and surprisingly logical way to change that. Now imagine having the power to shape your reality by directing your energy to create the exact life you dream of. Sounds too good to be true? That's where the secret lies. This ability isn't hidden somewhere far away. It's within you, waiting to be awakened. The problem is, most people were never taught how to use it. They waste time focusing on what they don't want, overlooking the tools they already have. But you can be different. In this guide, I'll show you how to transform your thoughts, emotions, and intentions into a clear and effective dialogue with the universe. Get ready to uncover truths no one ever told you and to finally take control of your life. Are you ready to learn how to speak to the universe? Let's begin. The journey of consciousness begins when we allow ourselves to look inward. It's as if we're standing before an invisible mirror that reflects not our physical appearance, but the deepest essence of our being. Imagine being in a dark room and suddenly turning on a light. That's what it feels like when we start observing our own consciousness. Every thought, every emotion, every decision we make is like a reflection in this magical mirror, revealing who we truly are. Many people go through life without ever truly knowing themselves, as if they're sleepwalking through a waking dream. But when we start paying attention to our mental patterns, it's as though a new world opens up before us. It's fascinating to notice how we react to daily situations, how we interact with those around us, and most importantly, how we talk to ourselves. This process of self-discovery is like unraveling an ancient mystery hidden within us. Just as a calm lake perfectly reflects the sky above, our consciousness reflects the reality we create for ourselves. When a person discovers this, they begin to understand that every thought they nurture has a direct impact on their reality. It's as if our inner world were a garden. We can let it grow wild and chaotic, or we can tend to it with care and attention. And as this understanding deepens, we start to realize that our thoughts are far more than fleeting ideas. They are powerful forces shaping our reality. Every thought we have carries an invisible but incredibly powerful force. It's like an energy plant, constantly operating within us, generating vibrations that extend far beyond what we can imagine. Think about how you feel when you're truly happy. That sense of lightness and well-being isn't a coincidence. It's the direct result of the positive energy your thoughts are generating in that moment, influencing not just your mood, but your entire energetic field. Scientists have already discovered that our brain is capable of producing enough electricity to power a small light bulb. But the true power of our thoughts goes far beyond this measurable physical energy. It's as if every idea we have is a tiny seed cast into the fertile field of the universe. Some people have already recognized this and started using this knowledge to their advantage, cultivating thoughts that attract positive and transformative experiences into their lives. Just as a radio tunes into different frequencies depending on the settings, our thoughts align with different levels of energy in the universe. When someone begins to understand this principle, they realize that they're not just thinking, they are literally programming their reality through the energy they emit. And what's even more fascinating is that this energy isn't confined to us alone. It expands and interacts with the energetic field of everything and everyone around us. Mindful awareness is like a beacon that shines light precisely on what we choose to observe in our lives. When we develop this skill, we start noticing details that once went unnoticed. The smile of a stranger, the sound of rain falling, the aroma of coffee in the morning. It's astonishing how we can spend decades doing the same things without truly experiencing them in their fullness. Mindful awareness allows us to savor each moment as if it were the first time. Imagine someone driving to work every day. On autopilot, they barely notice the route they take, but when practicing mindful awareness, each drive becomes a unique experience. They notice the changing trees through the seasons, the different hues of the sky, the feel of the steering wheel in their hands. This same person, when practicing mindfulness during a conversation, begins to notice not just the words being spoken, but also gestures, tone of voice, and the emotions behind every expression. As we become more conscious, we start to notice the subtle patterns that shape our lives. It's like watching a movie in high definition, where every detail becomes sharp and meaningful. This clarity allows us to make choices that are more aligned with our true desires and values. And the most fascinating part is that the more we practice mindful awareness, the more natural it becomes, completely transforming the way we experience the present. The present is the only moment that truly exists, yet how often do we find ourselves living in the past or dreaming about the future? It's as if we have a mental time machine that constantly pulls us away from the here and now. The past is gone, the future hasn't arrived, but the present is where life truly happens. When we come to deeply understand this, every moment becomes a precious opportunity to fully experience life. Watch a child playing. They are completely immersed in the present moment, unbothered by what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. This is the essence of living in the now. When we practice this conscious presence, simple activities like taking a shower or enjoying a meal turn into extraordinary experiences. It's amazing how much joy and satisfaction we can find in the simplest things when we are truly present. The present is like a portal to deeper dimensions of existence. When someone learns to anchor their awareness in the current moment, they begin to notice a profound shift in their life. Anxiety about the future fades, regrets from the past lose their grip, and a sense of inner peace naturally begins to emerge. And as this practice deepens, we realize that the power of transformation is always accessible in the present moment. The expansion of consciousness is a natural process that unfolds when we open ourselves to new perspectives and experiences. It's as if our mind were a balloon gradually inflating, reaching new horizons and dimensions of understanding. Every new discovery, every profound insight, every moment of clarity acts like a gentle breeze, further expanding this balloon of awareness. And the most extraordinary thing is that there are no limits to this growth. The more we expand, the more we realize there is still so much more to discover. This process of expansion happens in surprising ways in our everyday lives. For instance, when someone travels to a different country and encounters a new culture, their consciousness naturally expands to accommodate these new experiences. The same happens when we read a transformative book, engage in a deep conversation, or go through an experience that challenges our previous beliefs. Each of these moments acts as a key that unlocks new doors in our minds. As our consciousness expands, we begin to notice the subtle interconnections that exist in everything around us. It's like climbing a mountain. With every step we take, our view of the valley below becomes broader and more complete. And with this expansion comes a deeper understanding that we are part of something far greater. This realization naturally leads us to seek ways to sustain and nurture this continuous growth. Positive affirmation is a powerful tool that can literally reprogram our minds for success. When we consciously repeat positive thoughts and affirmations, we are creating new neural pathways in our brain, much like a gardener cultivating new flowers in their garden. This process is supported by modern neuroscience, which confirms that our brain is malleable and can be shaped through conscious repetition. With every positive thought we reinforce, we strengthen these neural connections. Think of a musician learning a new song. At first, each note requires effort and focused attention, but with repeated practice, the melody begins to flow naturally. The same applies to our thoughts. When we start consciously practicing gratitude, for example, it might feel like an effort at first, but over time and with consistent repetition, this positive mental state becomes our default setting. It's like upgrading the operating system of our mind. This practice of positive affirmation goes far beyond mere words. It becomes a transformative force in our lives. It's fascinating to observe how people who maintain a consistent habit of positive thinking begin to attract experiences that align with their elevated mental frequency. And as this habit grows stronger, we come to realize that we have far more control over our reality than we initially thought possible. Now that you've discovered how the universe responds to your consciousness, your thoughts, and your actions, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Life is like a blank canvas, and you're the artist holding the brush. Will you keep painting the same scene as always, or are you ready to create something new and extraordinary? The choice is yours, and the universe is waiting for clear signals to support you on this journey. Remember, you have the power to shift your vibration and with it, attract experiences that truly matter. But without action, all knowledge is like a book that's never been read. So, what are you waiting for to start writing your new story? If you feel you've learned something valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and dive even deeper into how to shape your reality. After all, the more you connect with this knowledge, the more tools you'll have to live the life you deserve. The universe is listening. What will you say to it now?